So what we have here today is a Genie 20 MVL man lift controller, single man lift. Customer complaint was the joystick would not return to center. So I have collected the controller from the unit inside and moved back to my work truck so I'm not in the way working on building a hospital expansion, and there's a lot of people working, a lot of toes to step on. So plus, get the benefits of sitting in the air conditioner. And everybody can appreciate that, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm removing the two bolts from the base that the actual controller sits on. This base is used just to hold the controller to the rails so the operator's not having to constantly hold on to the plastic. It's got the little clips on the side so it can hang on the rails. It's in my lap upside down right now, so it's hard to see, but trust me, they're there. The tension on that bar is holding that bolt in, so I don't have to worry about collecting it. So I'm going to pass my spiral cable through the little open gap here and drop the actual controller out, and then struggle to figure out where to put the actual frame, because I have a single cab truck and I've got it stuffed to the gills. But here's our controller. Buttons are a little mangled up, but it's indoors, so I'm not worried about it getting rained on. I grabbed my little bit driver. First thing I grabbed was my Precision Torx bits and realized they weren't long enough to get into the holes. So I'm going to zip these little 4 screws out. And these are Torx head screws. I believe they are T25s. Got a goodly amount of drywall dust packed up inside the holes that I'm trying to find the little bit point through. So remove the base plate there, and now you can see all the fun stuff inside, what makes the controller work. That little shiny black box at the top of the frame there is what we are actually going to be removing. That is the controller itself. As I was saying earlier, the joystick wouldn't return to center, so I did a improvised repair at the time that the call originally came in and removed one of the springs, the broken spring actually, and showing you the 2 bolts here that you're going to remove to drop the joystick out. But took the spring and manually bent one of the ears back on the end where it snapped so it would engage, and then rewound it so it would have some form of tension to get them by until the new joystick could come in. They don't sell the springs separately, so here I am removing the bolts that hold the joystick in. As I was saying earlier, there's 2 of them, and they were in there tight. The last guy who dropped the joystick out definitely wasn't me. Chiefed down on him pretty good. It is something I always tell new technicians, is always treat something like you're going to be the guy going in behind you to work on it again. Don't do something to bone the next guy. Luckily, I could take my time with this controller here because the customer had dipped out for lunch. So now that I've got my two bolts out, I'm going to unplug the platform controller main wire and the joystick plug, which is just that little feller right there. And that's junk. So So, as I was saying, that part is junk. So, got my new one. Came in the mail. Beautiful little Terex box. Criticized my cutting skills. Never once cut my hand open with a knife, so my granny taught me well. Keep that thing sharp too, so I ain't got to worry about it hanging up and jumping out at me. But anyway, fancy packaging here. Brown bag special. Brand new Genie Terex controller. Joystick, rather. Just gotta make sure it feels good. Snaps are good. It's got all the little rubber boots and whatnot on it. So got to get it up through the hole and make sure the orientation's right. The palm trigger, the safety, whatever you want to call it, goes away from your body. Goes away. Can't tell. I thought I was talking, but apparently my microphone wasn't working. So anyway, you get him lined up and drop your bolts in. That locates it. Make sure it can't run away and make sure I don't lose my bolts. I believe I was watching an ambulance come into the emergency room area behind me. I had pulled up into the driveway of the fenced in work site. Make sure I wasn't blocking them either. I call that little thing my zippy gun. My old mentor gave that to me forever ago, and it has been my go-to for taking apart controllers and interiors on equipment for years now. That little rocker trigger on that thing is bad to the bone. Actually, the only Snap-on electronic that's not a light that I own. I'm a Milwaukee girl. Now that I've got it firmly installed, I'm going to go ahead and plug the communication plug back into the Pecan. Finish tightening down the last bit. Make sure it can't move anymore. I needed the movement in order to get that plug in. So now that the joystick is installed, we're going to go ahead and put the base plate back on. Get it set down in there. Controller really needs to be scrubbed good when it comes out of here. I don't know what they're doing other than drywall in there, but that stuff got everywhere. I had to bust the shop back out before I left. So, got my base plate firmly installed. Run my spiral cable back through. Since the little bar there holding tension on that bolt was so kind to keep my bolt for me. Just located the front of the controller on that, flip it over, line my bolt hole up for the back one, run that in. My favorite tool in my whole truck, my 1/4" snap-on ratchet with the flex head for obvious reasons there. There you have it, a freshly installed joystick on the 20 MVL Genie. Gonna run this back into the customer, set them loose.